so you can see when it goes live. Go up to YouTube. Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Don Mink, along with Pat Patterson, starting our 11th year of streaming Garnet Valley football games to you. Tonight we have a special start to the season. Pat, why don't you tell us what Ben is going to do for us?
Oh, well, we're going to have a pregame show produced by our student producers. That's Ben Hoyt and Alec Eskin, who are freshmen this year. They've been doing a lot of help with us for the last year, and they're taking on a lot of the production. And Ben and you had a chance to sit down with Coach Ricky before a little earlier this week.
We did.
And we're going to run that right now, and then we'll talk a little more about this matchup and welcome our sponsor to the game and kick off this 2018 season. Take it away, Ben.
Welcome to the Garnet Valley pregame show. I'm your host, Ben Hoyt, here with Mr. Mink and Coach Ricky. This week, the Garnet Valley Jaguars take on the Unionville Indians in a non-conference game. Right now, we will speak with Coach Ricky about this week's game. Hey, Coach Ricky.
How you doing, Ben? Thanks for having me on the show tonight.
Good. Mr. Mink, do you have a few questions for Coach?
Yes, I would like to ask you a couple questions. Coach, how many years now has Garnet Valley been in the Central League?
The Central League, we joined the Central League in 2008. So our first year was then, so I guess this would make it our 11th year in the Central League.
Happens to be simultaneous with how many years we've been streaming. This is our 11th year streaming
We
games.
started that first year?
Yeah. And how is the record in the Central League?
I think it's been pretty good. I don't know the record off the top of my head, but since we've been in the Central League in the last 10 years, I think we've only lost, I think, 10 total games in 10 years in the Central League.
How do you feel about the team going into the 2018 season?
Well, Ben, I love the beginning of the year. We have a whole group of kids that have been working extremely hard during the offseason. We have a great weight program led by Coach Batiste, as you know, and all throughout the summer, all throughout last spring, throughout the winter, we had guys who were in there working for their opportunity for this season. So we have some returning starters. We have Cade Brennan and Adam O'Drade who come back at defensive end, Danny Bradley and Nick Westberg in the secondary. On offense, we have Colin Robinson, who saw quite a bit of time, Colin McCullough, who's one of our linemen. Cole Pallas comes back. He was one of our starters at quarterback last year.
It is.
We have a good number of players who have some real game experience. And we couple that with the guys who have put all that time into the weight room to have their chance to play. So I'm really looking forward to it, exciting.
And what are the key components the Garnet Valley team must utilize in order to beat Unionville?
Well, Unionville is coming off a great year. They won the district championship last year. They advanced all the way to the semifinals of the state before they lost to, excuse me, Archbishop Wood, who's a traditional powerhouse. They had some great athletes on that team, and those guys have graduated. But the program at Unionville has been consistent winner. Their coach, Pat Clark, has been there for a long time. He does a very good job with them. So to me, the keys to winning the game are execution. We need to really be able to execute our offense, and they always play great defense. They're very, very well coached on defense. And we have to stop. They run a lot of power game, and we have to be able to stop their power game.
That's all the questions we have. Good luck this week, Coach.
Ben, thank you very much. And it's a pleasure to be on the show. Thank you.
You're welcome. This year, Garnet Valley has a new turf to play their games on. Mr. Brenner has more on this subject. Hello, and welcome to the Garnet Valley pregame show. I'm your host, Ben Hoyt, here with Mr. Mink and Coach Ricky. This week, the Garnet...
Yep. And as promised by Ben Hoyt, we have Seth Bruner in the booth. He's going to talk to us about the entire process that this beautiful field has now become. Starting the day after Memorial Day.
Correct.
These guys worked their tuchuses off.
So, first of all, thanks for having me up here. This is really an honor to be on the air with you guys. So the whole process started back in January with us laying the groundwork, and we visited a bunch of different schools to just see different products, what we wanted as far as a product, as far as a design. The process moved into March and April, and we narrowed it down to different bids, different companies, and we had everything figured out what we were going to do by about April. So we shut the field down the Tuesday after Memorial Day, and within a couple days, the Land Tech, which was a company contracted by Field Turf, was up here ripping this thing up. It was a really neat process. So they had a machine go through, suck out all the old infill, throw it into bags, clean it, and that infill was actually recycled and used in this field. So the blood and sweat of our former teams is still alive in this field. And then that was the first start of the process, was the removal. And then we added conduit underneath the field, so we have electric hookups now in the end zones and on the 50-yard lines. We also have water hookups on the 50-yard lines, so we no longer have to run hoses and extension cords all over the place, as well as communication lines. And then after that was done, they started laying the carpet. That was about a 2-week process, and I got to tip my hat to the Land Tech guys. Those guys worked 2 weeks straight. Without a day off, 12-hour days, and that was during the hottest stretch of the summer where we didn't get any rain. It was about 95 degrees every day, and it was an amazing thing to come up here and just watch them lay this thing down. They laid it down, and then all the numbers and hash marks that you see were actually sewn into the field. So what they do is it looks like a big hair clipper. They just clip out they put down the stencil. They clip out the green areas of the turf, and then they glue down the lines, the hash marks, and all the numbers. So it was pretty wild to see that process unfold. And then the logo, they did the same process with the logo. That was about 2.5 weeks. After that was all done, then we had another crew come in, and they redid the track. So the old track is actually underneath here. So what they did first is they went around and they made necessary repairs, and then they put down a sealant. And then this is actually a 5mm pour that they put on top of the old track. And then if you look in the D zones, which are the areas behind the uprights, there used to be green macadam there. We saw it as a safety issue, so we had that covered in track material. So there's no exposed concrete on this field. No slipping hazards. They really did a dynamite job. We still have a couple loose ends, as you can see. We have to get the lines painted on the track. And then in the corner, we had an erosion problem last couple of years, and we had to find a way to address that erosion problem and make the field safer. So that's why you'll see the retaining wall in the corner there, and that circle that's in there will eventually, probably in the next 3 weeks, will be a GV in pavers. So that's going to, number one, it's going to make our stadium much safer, but it's also going to look really neat. And then one thing that we were able to do while we were doing this project is we had the old tennis courts out back that had really just starting to fall apart and were not used for anything. So we were able to repurpose that area and create a turf practice field. And the original plan was to recycle the old turf, but as we got into conversations with the turf companies, we saw that was not the greatest of ideas. But they were able to work with us, and we have a 40-by-70 practice field in the back of the school now, which has already saved us the last 2 weeks with the amount of rain we've had. Girls soccer's been back there, field hockey, boys soccer, football. So it just improves our facilities that much and really takes advantage of our resources. But these projects, there was a lot of people. The school board of directors, we got to thank them for the facilities, and thank them for really working with us to get these things done for our kids and for our community. But I got to tip my hat to Bruce Craig, who's our director of operations here for the district. Bruce was up here every day, multiple times, early in the morning, late at night, working with the contractors, checking on things, making sure everything was done the right way. So Bruce is one of those behind-the-scenes guys, but he really did a dynamite job making sure everything was done for the start of fall sports. And then I got to tip my hat to my coaches who, made sure that all our lines were right, and my assistant, Mr. Joe Derrickson, who was involved in the process, crossing our T's, dotting our I's, another set of I's to make sure that everything was right. He was also able to follow us around, so when we made decisions, we had another person that was really able to lock things down. So I'm really happy with the way things turned out.
Well, we who just appreciate the look of it are in awe of what a great job.
The look is great, but the functionality is the more important thing, and the safety component is the most important thing. And I think we hit a home run with this.
Absolutely. Thank you, Seth.
All right, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure.
You were instrumental in it. You're not taking any of the credit, but I know you were instrumental in it. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right. Everything you ever wanted to know about turf.
Holy smoke. There was a lot more to it. I came up here at least once a week and took pictures throughout the year, but I didn't know all that stuff that he just explained.
Yeah, it looks really nice, and the alumni is going to appreciate the corner as well, the Jaguar corner. I think maybe a future home for a athletic wall of fame. National anthem.
National anthem?
All right. First taste of the GV Jaguar marching band. National anthem. And tonight, folks, before we get started with the retired teachers that over there, a tremendous sponsor and a very active member of the community. We're going to be hearing a lot more from them, and Emily Holt at halftime, who's representing the company tonight. She's a 2007 grad from Garnet Valley, still lives in the area, and works over there. So Diane has an interview with her a little bit later, and now there's a football game to be played.
How about that? The
longtime rival.
2018 version of the Garnet Valley Jaguars is taking the field. This is the 42nd in Garnet Valley. The last 2 years, there was no play between these two teams as Garnet Valley solidified. It's Unionville versus Garnet Valley circa 2018. Garnet Valley receives at the 15, 20, 20, 27-yard line, 12-yard return. There was a quote in Pennsylvania Prep Live, which is feeder information to the Delaware County Daily Times. Coach Pat Clark says his team's going to be quick, fast, and he's going to depend on defense here early in the season because they lost a lot of offensive players from last year's team. Handoff underneath, goes nowhere. Dominic Labriciosa, loss of a yard.
Dominic Labriciosa, senior, just elected captain just a couple weeks ago, and out there did not get much time as a junior. The other back, Colin Robinson, certainly did. But Jags starting off with something very familiar there.
Straight up the middle. Pickup of 6 is Labriciosa. Labriciosa runs hard, stays low. He has a low center of gravity. So we're at third and about 6.5, 7 yards. Matt King comes wide.
Counter.
Colin Robinson gets the first down. Oh, Rory Glacken.
Yep.
Roy Glacken, the wingback, 9-yard gain.
9-yard gain. Jags with the counter early there for the first down. Same basic offense as years past, but a little different look up front there.
Cole Palace is the quarterback. Labriciosa. Second man through is Robinson, and he picks up a first down. Pickup of 12. Out over midfield. Matt King comes out. Adam Aldrati is in on a 2 tight end formation.
Now it's down to 10 and start it.
Labriciosa picks up about 5. More like 7. Roy Glacken, 28, is the wing back. Unionville in a 5-3. I saw them in their scrimmage last week. They crowded the line of scrimmage more than most teams. Labriciosa again, off left tackle this time. Pickup of 3. It'll be third and about 1. This is the way Unionville likes to run the ball. They grind it, grind it, grind it.
That's the
Yet Unionville has no real safety on the field the way they're crowding the line of scrimmage. It appears that Cole Palace may have changed the play.
He's more versatile than
First down. 2-yard gain. Colin Robinson. Matt King comes in, so Aldrati comes out at tight end, so we'll have a wide receiver, Matt King. Rory Glacken in a little slot back formation. Pitch. Trying to get outside. Robinson, he stopped for a short gain. Gain of 2.
Number 23, Colin Robinson, on the carry for the Jaguars.
guessing one of the starters, Kyle McCullough, senior, not able to go tonight. So Cade Brennan, oh no, he's in there. Cade Brennan running tight end for the Jags.
Center is Jake Colelli. Straight through is Robinson. Pickup of 10.
Pretty good. You're only like 10 seconds off. Good. Let it run down to 7:43 while they're in the huddle. Now stop. It's okay.
Labriciosa, straight ahead. Inside the 20 to about the 17. Pickup of 5.
Short gain. Jags are on a 4.5-minute run here.
Aldradi in at tight end.
Almost
The
5 minutes.
wide
drive.
receiver comes out, so a 2 tight end formation.
Over on the over-under on the pass tonight is 2. One in the first half, one in the second half.
Labriciosa. Inside the 20 to about the 18. Pickup of 3. Looks like 3rd and inches.
3rd and very short.
The PA announcer tonight is Tim Deary, so they lose one of the chain gang.
Called timeout.
Steve Conrad has to fill in for Tim Deary on the chain gang. They're going to measure.
Yep. Gang, just to let you know, we got a new feature this year. It's a game clock, but it is not tied to the scoreboard. We're kind of trying to work it blind up here, so if you see it running and all that, it's just us catching up to the game clock to give you as good a snapshot of time as you could.
First down.
Fine. So first down.
Two wide receivers to the top of your screen. Labriciosa slides over.
Oh.
The defensive end and the outside linebacker are crashing right into where that play was headed.
Yeah, number 44, Alex Pellegrin, not fooled at all. Just handled his blocker and was waiting there for Palace.
Loss of 3 on the play. Palace under center.
Uh-oh.
Reverse to the outside, Rory Glacken.
Oh. Wow, no flags either.
11 yards.
Pickup of 11.
Pick up 11 off of that left side and sitting all the way up here, I saw a manhandling hold on the left side of the line.
First and goal at the 4-yard line for Garnet Valley. Robinson set behind Palace. Hand it off to Robinson. He's into the end zone. What a nice drive to start the season. With 5:27 left to play, Garnet Valley used 6.5 minutes to score their first touchdown of the season.
Those are the drives you love, but certainly the Jags that we know and love, not one pass attempt the entire time down the field, nor was it necessary.
Malik will hold. Bryce Stansfield the kick.
Snap.
Kick is up, and the kick is good. Garnet Valley leads 7-0.
Good snap by Jake Morin. Good hold. And that touchdown brought to you once again this year by the generous donation of Joseph Anthony Salon Spa, Retreat Spa and Salon in Glen Mills. It's going to donate every time the Jags score a touchdown. And let's hear a little word from one of our sponsors tonight, too.
During the national clearance event at Team Toyota, everything's going fast. Oh, whoa, I'm not going anywhere. The 2018 models are going fast, so get here now. For great lease deals on the sporty and reliable Camry or the adventurous RAV4. And with over 2,000 vehicles available, we have something to fit your lifestyle and your budget. Visit us at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills, or online at teamtoyota.net, and you'll be singing Team Toyota.
It certainly was last year.
All right, we're ahead now, so
Bryce Stansfield to kick.
there's actually 5:27 left.
Connor Schilling is
I'll
deep.
tell you when to start it. 5:27 left in the corner. Your clock shows 4:56. We're
Ball
just
is
gonna
up
sit on this
high,
until it's
settling
time.
at the 17-yard line and out to about the 30. Comes Schilling. Unionville will take over at their own 20-yard line. We have a group of information from historical basis of Garnet Valley versus Unionville supplied to us from a former quarterback and defensive back at Unionville, Brett Ciancia. Brett's dad was on the 1980 team that beat Unionville 62-6. And we'll continue this in a second. Ball's handed off underneath to the wing back. He picks up a couple.
Number 28, Schilling around the right side. Brought down by number 75, Cade Brennan.
Unionville had a couple of big upset or big lopsided wins.
Yeah, Unionville's biggest win in the series was back in 1994, a 35-0 blowout win. It was the school's first district title team. But that's something compared to the 62-6 beatdown that the 80 team gave us.
And that we'll talk about that 80 game because there's a get-together in Sea Isle tonight and tomorrow.
Wow.
More recently, the games have been very close. 2009, it was 15-14. 2010, Garnet Valley 34-28 win. 2011, Unionville 35-28. 2012, Garnet Valley 21-20. 2014, Unionville 8-6. Third down and 8. Back to throw is Blake.
Oh, nice catch.
Blake Charlton completes it for a first down out to about the 42-yard line.
Number 2, Nick Schnars, the captain. Unsurprisingly, Cade Brennan, number 75, with the first 2 tackles of the season. Out there, the 6'4", 255-pound Bucknell commit.
Toss. Trying to get outside. It's 28, Connor Schilling. He picks up about 4. Make it 5. Second and 5 at the 46-yard line of Unionville. 3:30 left to play in the first half. The first quarter. Charlton in the shotgun. Quick toss to the outside.
Oh, good block. Oh.
That's Joe Fariola. First down at the Garnet Valley 43-yard line. Fariello and Schilling deep behind the quarterback, trying to get outside.
Oh,
Nothing
nice.
doing. Nothing doing.
Schilling on the carry over the right side. Brought down by number 68,
Evan Rivnak on the tackle there.
Evan Rivner.
I saw Evan up here during the lacrosse season. He was injured and he was filming the game. He says, "I can't wait for football season."
I know how he feels.
Charlton in the shotgun. Man in motion. They tend to hand it off on this play. Or ride. And in this case, Charlton kept it himself.
Little read option. It's one of the Indians slow getting up. Number 66, Ryan Son. Seems like he's okay. Officials are going to make him leave for a play. Number 75, Liam O'Rourke, comes in to replace him.
3rd and 9 at the Garnet Valley 41.5-yard line. Charlton in the shotgun. Surveying the field.
Oh, they got
knocks the ball away. Garnet Valley has recovered.
Oh, okay.
Cade Brennan has the ball.
Okay, 126. Great strip sack there by one of those guys. Brennan falls on it. What was a good-looking drive by Unionville. Stopped dead in its tracks by the Jaguar defense.
Palace keeps it, cuts it upfield to about the 46-yard line. Pick up a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5. A short 5, a long 4. I'm calling. Second man. Colin Robinson spins, gets the first down inside the 40. 46 seconds left to play, and
so we'll hold for 10.
Brett, something you and I were talking about prior to the game, a lot of cramping, and I think that's exactly what has happened to this D-back. He was by himself there.
Yeah, you see a lot in week 1. You see turnovers and cramps with the new weather, with the hot weather in the summer there. But hopefully everyone stays healthy here. Garnet Valley always benefits with the deep roster, the 2-platoon system. So cramps tend to affect Unionville a little worse. If you lose a big starter, it takes a hit to the roster. But yeah, it's a pleasure to be up here in the booth, voice of the Valley. Just 8 short years ago, I was down the field here, experiencing the rivalry, and it's one of the area's finest. Really, it's great to be back.
How do you like this new field, this turf that just went down this summer?
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, me and Brant LaPapa were talking. The hill looks a little different here in this corner.
Yeah,
it looks beautiful though all around.
They have plans for that still.
Yeah.
Yeah, this fella's very.
Be a big caricature of your father on the side of that.
I'm sure he would love that.
Yeah. Number 87.
Shout out to a group that is congregating in Sea Isle City, New Jersey. Brett's dad, Kevin Ciancia, is the host. Dave Mink's there, Dave Patterson, Ken DiCarlo, Mike Delorfis, Ray Carlton,
Bill Colby,
Doug LaPapa,
and Bill Colby.
and Bill Colby.
Dean
Pat Patterson's headed tonight. So is Brett.
We're en route.
Dean DePasquale is there.
We're
in the Street Garage.
We're the youngest ones going. So.
Here's the first pass of the night. Down the sideline. Oh! Glacken was open. Couldn't pull it in. Great looking pass.
What happened? Oh.
Great looking pass.
25, so just let it run until 20. Good call. Okay.
Nick Weisendanger is in at tight end.
I told you that's my over-under.
That was a very good ball by Palace. He's
back to the ground game. Colin Robinson picks up 6.
That'll do it for the first quarter. Yeah, we'll be. That's one quarter. We'll be right back with you.
During the national clearance event at Team Toyota, everything's going fast. Oh, whoa! I'm not going anywhere. The 2018 models are going fast, so get here now. For great lease deals on the sporty and reliable Camry or the adventurous RAV4. And with over 2,000 vehicles available, we have something to fit your lifestyle and your budget. Visit us at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills, or online at teamtoyota.net, and you'll be singing Team Toyota, I'm part of the team.
Second man through is Robinson, and I think he picked up the first, just short. Just short. 4 down territory. Fourth down and 1. Right at the 30-yard line. Labruciosa comes in. Greg Reynolds comes out. Cole Palace under center. First down. Colin Robinson. Ball's at the 27-yard line. Wide receiver to each side. Palace under center. Labruciosa is the setback. Palace keeps it himself. Picks up 5.
Pick up 5.
2nd and 5.
This is not Pat Patterson. This is Jerry Montella.
Hello, Jerry Montella.
I'm back
for your
another
11th
year.
For your 11th year.
Yeah. Garnet Valley's done a really nice job running the ball. It's what they do. They do it well. They're doing it well on this drive. And of course, as soon as I say that, they mix the handoff. So still got a couple of yards.
Palace had the option there to decide to keep that or hand it off, and I think he was a little undecided.
Yeah, it's still early in the season,
Yes.
the second or drive, and they're going to get used to each other and when to hand it off, when to take it, what the reads are with regard to the hole. So that's expected this early in the season.
Just under 10 minutes left in the first half. Garnet Valley leads 7-0.
I know going back to that pass, he really put a nice ball, had a lot of air on it and put it right there, but it wasn't caught.
Robinson inside the 20, inside the 15.
Yeah, nice misdirection counter. Picks up the first down.
Oh, that was Craig Reynolds. Greg Reynolds, number 31.
And Unionville's really not changing it up on their defense. I mean, they seem to have a pretty bunched up group of guys there, playing like 9, 10 in a box, 9 in a box.
Straight ahead goes Reynolds.
Yeah, Garnet Valley's just pushing their guys off the line of scrimmage.
Lost his helmet. Ball's at the 13-yard line of Unionville.
Unionville still on a sort of a 5-3. One safety back, two corners.
Here comes Glacken. Gets to the
good
outside.
Touchdown.
And into the end zone. Glacken set up as they slot back. All the movement from the offensive line came right, and Glacken went left.
Yeah, great call. Good misdirection. Unionville defender had him, and he just high-stepped him and went in the end zone. Nice run. Well-designed play.
Reese Malik will hold. Bryce Stansfield will kick. Jake Morin is the snapper. The ball is up, and it is good.
Garnet Valley really looks good in these last two drives. I mean, they're just doing what they do, and that's run the ball, fundamentally sound.
So there have been 3 possessions the entire game. Garnet Valley's 2 possessions resulted in touchdowns. Unionville had a decent possession going, and the strip fumble cost them the ball.
Yeah, and I don't want to jinx Garnet Valley, but I tell you what, for the first 2 drives of the season, having no penalties, that says something. I mean, and I recalled they had one. Okay, well, if they didn't call it, they don't have it. I'm not giving it to them either. But they've done a really nice job in being fundamentally sound, and that's exactly what Coach Ricky said in one of the articles. He said, they're going to just do what they do, and that's run the ball and run the ball and run the ball, and every now and then we throw it up and see what happens. But typically in a first game, you kind of get some jitters, maybe to go offsides, maybe there's a holding penalty or something like that, but it's not been the case tonight.
Fariello and Schilling are deep. Schilling at the 30. 30, outside. And special teams coaches will question when they see that film, where did our outside man, who was supposed to stay to the outside, where was he?
Yeah, and you always tell the guys to, stay in their lanes, and make sure nobody cuts to the outside. And I think everybody was kind of thought the guy was going to go right up the middle, and he'd made a nice run, kicked it outside.
Unionville comes out over the ball. Unionville trailing now 14-0. Blake Charlton is the quarterback in the shotgun. Toss to Schilling. Schilling gets an opening, gets to the outside, down the sideline. Knocked out inside the 25.
Nice run by 28. He used his hands there to fend off a couple of Garnet Valley defenders. Got to the outside, made a nice couple of moves.
Ball's at the Philadelphia Eagles. At the
well, you wish the Eagles could move like that in the preseason, right?
23-yard line.
Garnet Valley's got to dig in now and stop him here on first down. Pass.
Throws a little sideline pattern. Picks up about 4.
Garnet Valley was rushing 3 men. I mean, they were really bearing down on the quarterback. Quarterback made a nice quick pitch, and it only resulted in a couple of yards. So nice play by Garnet Valley.
Clock stopped at 7:59 as he went out of bounds. High snap, but handled, and the running back is handled.
Nice job by 75.
Cade Brennan?
Yeah, he's a beast out there right now in the end. He's really making some things happen. I would think that wherever he is, they're going to try and go to the opposite side because he's really having a good game right now. He's on the left side. I wouldn't imagine that Unionville's going to see what they can do on this, and they're on their left side, away from him.
Charlton rolls this way, sets the throw. Nice completion inside the 10 to about the 5-yard line.
Well, so much for that. They actually changed Brennan on the right side, and nice play by the quarterback, seeing an open guy and hitting him for a first down.
Nick Schnars was the receiver. First and goal with the 5.
Garnet Valley's got to dig in here and get a big stop.
Schilling and Fariello in the backfield. Into the 3.
Somebody's helmet came off.
Is Schilling.
Yeah, unfortunately for Garnet Valley, that was Cade Brennan's helmet. He's got to come off the field now, or at least a play. Unionville's going to try and take advantage of it. That's a good test for Garnet Valley early in the season.
Sam Morin replaces Cade Brennan.
Long count.
Nice.
Oh, good
nice
hit.
Stop in the offensive backfield.
Really nice job by the right side of the
defense. That was Sam Morin in for his one play.
There you go.
And he made the play.
But that was a lacrosse guy out there. He's going to Penn State on a lacrosse scholarship.
So third and goal with the 5. Ten seconds on the play clock.
Big stop here for Garnet Valley. Let's see if they can do it.
6 seconds, 5 seconds.
Timeout.
Unionville calls time. Brett, why don't you tell us about some of the history of this game while we have a timeout?
Sure, thanks, Don, and thanks for having me on again. Yeah, a lot of shared history between these two programs, but a lot of the younger crew, a lot of the younger players are a little bit unfamiliar with where it came from. And it dates all the way back to the 70s and 80s and 90s with the Brandywine Youth Club, the BYC Burt Bell team, where you'd have half Unionville, half Garnet Valley playing together in the elementary years, the middle school years. Then as they grow up into their high schools, they battle it out every fall. So that's kind of gone away with the kind of Unionville Titans starting, and Garnet Valley's moved to the Central League. But now that we're back here, it's great. Week 1, I know both programs work towards this all offseason, and it ends here late August. I'm going to turn it back over to Don. Looks like we're live here.
Coach Pat Clark called timeout. Brought his team over, so this is a play called from the sideline. Charlton rolls right.
There's number 2.
Here comes the rush.
He's cutting back.
Thrown complete, but a loss of a yard.
Yeah, really good rush by Garnet Valley. Made the quarterback throw.
Number 7 is the kicker, and Mason Glennon, number 13, is the holder. Ball's down, and the kick is up and good. With 5:25 left to play in the half, Garnet Valley leads 14-3.
Yeah, good stop for Garnet Valley. I mean, they were down first and goal. They
first and goal at the 2.
At the 2, and they really dug in. They stopped Unionville 3 tries and made them kick a field goal. You know, Unionville's got a really good team. They were in the championship last year in the districts.
They went to they won the district.
They won the district, yeah.
Championship for 5A teams.
Yeah, so they're a really good team, and Garnet Valley did a really nice job in stopping them first and goal there.
Brett gave me some information last year that, you know, that for the most part, they have been a ball control team, but they had so much offensive talent last year that they were putting it up, and they scored more points than ever before as a Unionville team. I want to give a shout out to the members of the Fifth Quarter Club who provide 3 meals each day during football camp. Jen Brennan was the person in charge of that undertaking. And the entire Fifth Quarter Club deserves multiple shout-outs all year. Braithwaite to kick. He hits it deep. 20. 30. Out just short of the 35-yard line.
About a 22-yard run there. Nice play.
Max Bruette, inside linebacker. Chris Bradley was in charge of the Fifth Quarter Club's vendor discount car sale, which nets the football team terrific funding each year. It also enables local vendors to expose people who may not otherwise have visited their stores. So the entire community benefits. Straight ahead, Colin Robinson. Out over midfield to about the 47-yard line.
Yeah, nice job for Garnet Valley. Unionville actually came out in a 6-2 that time, and Garnet Valley just went head up on each guy, and there was a real nice lane through the tackle hole.
Robinson and Reynolds in the backfield. Reynolds falls forward for a couple. I'm going to give a shout out to a couple of recent GV alums. John Rickey, Blake Farrell, Jordan Mink, and McKenna Mink. Jordan's down in Greensboro, North Carolina. McKenna's at Penn State. Blake Farrell's at the University of Tennessee, and John Rickey's at Delaware.
Unionville's playing a 5-2-2.
Pass. Holding, yes.
There comes the flag.
We all saw it, and the official saw it, but he couldn't get his flag out.
It's still preseason for him too. He was thinking about it.
Kevin Craig Jr. was the intended receiver, and he couldn't get his arm up to reach for the ball.
I think 500 people were yelling hold. Well, even though he's had 2 incompletions, although that was a penalty there, he's thrown the ball pretty well. He's got some air under it. Seems to be pretty accurate on his throws. So
he's going to University of Pennsylvania on a baseball scholarship.
Good arm.
Cade Palace. Robinson.
Well, we know he's not going to get a lot of practice during the season throwing the ball. It's not like they do.
He's not going to wear out his arm.
No, I don't think so. I think he's going to be pretty good at baseball.
2nd and 6.
But he did beat the over-under. I had 2 for the entire game.
Well, that because it was a penalty, that doesn't count.
There you go. He's
so it's still at 1.
I'm playing with house money here.
Rory Glacken. That's the one he scored on before. He gets just short of the first down.
Yeah, good keep.
they fake the ball inside, and the
Well, it's been effective. I mean, they've run it a couple of times tonight, and every time they've run it, they've gotten to 6 or 7 yards. Yeah.
slot back comes
Yeah,
around the
I don't
opposite
think
direction.
we saw a pitch until like the 8th game, right?
3 minutes left in the half. Nice run.
Really impressed by Garnet Valley here. I mean,
Robinson.
they're just moving the ball pretty much, grinding it out, 2 yards, 4 yards, 6 yards, 3 yards. I mean, that's what they do. Garnet Valley just, they're fundamentally sound across the line. And every year they just lose the seniors, and every year they just retool and bring the juniors.
They graduated
and sophomores
35 seniors, and there are 37 sophomores on the team this year. So just replace the numbers.
in. Up the middle.
Robinson inside the 5, or right at the 5, 6-yard line. First down.
Yeah, right
Goal to
now
go.
I think, Garnet Valley is just wearing down Unionville here in the second half or first half.
Labriciosa and Aldrade go in. Aldrade will play tight end, and Labriciosa is the slot back. So we have 2 slot backs. Colin Robinson behind Palace.
Unionville's bringing up a linebacker to try and stuff him.
Palace didn't like what he saw, so he called timeout.
Teams come into Garnet Valley, they know exactly what Garnet Valley is going to do. They know they're going to run the ball. It's going to be between the tackles. It's going to be up the middle, and then every now and then there's going to be a counter. That's what Garnet Valley does. And, sometimes they throw a pass here, a pass there, and yet nobody is able to stop them for the most part.
And that's the coach's mantra, too. They say to them, each one of you do your job, and it doesn't matter what the other team does.
No, they were, the coach's comments in the preview, the football preview. I mean, he says, we're nothing fancy. We're just going to, be what Garnet Valley does, and that's fundamentally sound up the, on the line on both sides of the ball. And, here we are trying to stop us. And it took a last-second play by, a D1 kid from Coatesville to knock off Garnet Valley last year.
Palace. Hands to Robinson. Robinson gets inside the 5. There's been 1 fumble, and that was by Unionville. A nice strip by Garnet Valley. There's been 1 penalty that I recall, and that was that interference.
No, it's been a pretty clean game.
Clean game, especially for the start of the season.
Not like that Upper Darby game where there was like 30 penalties in the first half.
Yes. We thought that game would never end.
Yeah, it's still being played.
Pitch. Robinson.
Touchdown.
Wide open. Touchdown.
Yeah, I thought maybe they might call a little hold on 28, but he had his hands inside. So nice play by Garnet Valley. Good touchdown, good drive.
So Garnet Valley makes a stop at it was 2nd and goal at the 2, and eventually gave up a field goal. So they traded 3 points for 7. Malik to hold.
6 points.
There's a whistle for something. Oh, linesman threw a flag. I didn't see a
Yeah,
flag.
the 4 linesmen threw a flag. He might be calling offsides. Offsides on Unionville. Nope, going to decline it, let him kick it. Coach wants the points.
Jake Moran will snap. And the kick is true. Garnet Valley leads 21-3 with 1:28 left to go in the half. Last year, the kicker
During the national clearance event at Team Toyota, everything's going fast. Oh, whoa! I'm not going anywhere. The 2018 models are going fast, so get here now. For great lease deals on the sporty and reliable Camry or the adventurous RAV4. And with over 2,000 vehicles available, we have something to fit your lifestyle and your budget. Visit us at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills, or online at teamtoyota.net, and you'll be singing Team Toyota, I'm part of the team.
Last year, the kicker was Justin Rose, and he was injured. He could play safety, but he could not kick in a couple of the games. So Bryce Stansfield filled in and only went 9 for 9 in extra points in 2 games. Oh, Joseph Anthony.
Yeah, there's a flag on the play. I don't know. Did he step out of bounds? Or was it offsides?
That was amazing.
Yeah, he got down there pretty quick.
He caught it on the run.
I think that's what they're calling interference on the offense, on the kicking team.
Joseph Anthony Retreat Spa and Salon sponsored that touchdown for 100 points per touchdown. Joseph Anthony Retreat Spa and Salon already owes Garnet Valley $300.
Well, let's see. It's 128. You figure that Unionville's going to try and open it up a little bit, maybe get a score before half. So Garnet Valley's got to come with a pretty good pass rush here.
I looked at video of the scrimmage between Unionville and Conestoga last week, and Unionville threw the ball pretty effectively. It was on huddle.
Yeah, he's throwing the ball. Actually, he's throwing the ball pretty effectively.
So the
tonight.
possession goes to Unionville here. Where's our Mike Pereira when we need him? We don't understand this rule.
So the penalty happened at the 40, and now they're marking it off.
So
for 10 yards.
Yeah, so they're getting the ball and the 15 yards. Since it happens about once a millennium, we'll have to get an explanation of that call and the penalty.
Garnet Valley's got 2
Charlton
safeties
back.
back.
To throw, ball short, incomplete.
Yeah, Garnet Valley's put the extra backer in the safety position. They're splitting the field in half. Coming with a 5-man rush with a couple linebackers back and 2 safeties up the top.
1:22 left in the half.
Maybe you'll see a screen or a little wheel route from Unionville.
Garnet Valley safeties are
28 motion. He's going
20 yards off the line of scrimmage. Ball's overthrown. Intended for Fariello. Incomplete.
Nice job by Garnet Valley covering all the guys. They took 28 in motion and ran them up the middle. They picked them up man to man. Yeah. So got 3rd and 10 with 1:17 left. No, Pat's making a good point. I mean, Garnet Valley seems to have more team speed this year than perhaps in previous years on D. 28 motion again.
Rolling right. Throwing it. Oh, almost intercepted.
Nice job
Jake
by
Morin.
Nice job by Jake. Real nice job reading that. Just looking at the quarterback the whole time. Almost had the interception. Jake actually is the one that's going to Penn State on a cross.
Yes. Nick Westberg in the defensive backfield.
I had the privilege of coaching both Jake and Sam when they were playing BYC.
Dan Bradley, who's listed as a linebacker, is playing safety.
Timeout? I hope so. Yeah, timeout Unionville. It's either the last or might have one left.
Yeah, 4th and 10 with 100 minute 10.
Yeah, and that was a good timeout by Unionville. They really had to make sure that they're going to make this play. Otherwise, they're going to turn the ball over to Garnet Valley at midfield with a minute and 11. And the way Garnet Valley's been playing, that might be points for us. Now they're still not going to kick it. They're going for it.
DiCamillo, Gabos, Bradley, Westberg are all deep.
28 motion.
Along with 31, Greg Reynolds now in motion. Hold on this side. Incomplete.
Nice job.
Aldradi was boring down on the quarterback, so the tackle on this side, the offensive tackle, pulled him by the jersey.
Nice job by 31 on Garnet Valley to come up and knock that pass down.
Greg Reynolds.
Well, you got a minute and 6 left.
Yeah, and
with the ball at the 50-yard line.
And your over/under on passing could be in jeopardy, Jar. Pitch. Robinson tries to get outside and gets just a couple of yards.
Garnet Valley in a hurry up right now. Now they call timeout. I think they have one left. Yeah, I would think maybe Unionville might have, kicked the ball and try to pin them down there and get out of here with a 21-3 score. But now they've given Garnet Valley life at the 48. Yeah, it's not always the case with 2-minute drill. And, Garnet Valley has a chance to put some points on the board before halftime.
I'm going to give a shout-out to Mo DeFrank, Len Rickey, Grampy Morin, Melissa Bruette, and Michelle Van Horn. Palace back to throw. Screen underneath. Brought down after a short gain.
Yeah, I thought he had some daylight there, but Unionville closed the gap pretty quickly. So nice job by Unionville. It was a well-designed play.
Clock running under 40 seconds. Garnet Valley may just decide to, well, they could put it up. Yeah.
Go for one.
3 receivers to this side.
Quarterback draw. He's got the edge.
He coming to this sideline and out of bounds. Inside the 40.
16.4 left.
16.4. Good play. Picked up the first down. And a play or two. Oh, yes, a passing play or two for sure. Palace rolls to his left. Throws back.
Got him.
Caught! Oh, dropped. I think that the intended receiver was DiCamillo.
Yeah,
the ball
the
seemed
defender,
to bounce off his knee as he went down to catch it.
Defender dropped. I mean, he fell down. He came back for the ball. It was there, and new turf. What can you say? New turf. I'll tell you, good pass by the quarterback,
Yes.
though. The ball was right there.
Aldradi and DiCamillo
Probably one play
and
here.
Robinson all to the top of your screen.
9.9 seconds.
Palace back to throw, looking to screen. Yeah.
Good move.
Look! 2 360s.
2.4 left,
2-4
timeout.
left, timeout.
Nice job by Garnet Valley calling a timeout.
Quarterback draw. And they're going to send Bryce Stansfield out for a 43-yard field goal.
All right. Nice run by the quarterback. Made 2 spin moves. Got the, another 10 yards on those moves. A lot of good things going on for Garnet Valley here in the first half. And they're moving the ball, time management. Yeah, that's pretty good for the first game, first half.
Absolutely. 43-yard field goal inside the hash, so it's pretty straight on. Jake Moore in the snap. Reese Malik the hold. Bryce Stansfield's the kicker. And now Unionville will call timeout.
Yeah, they're trying to ice
that-
the kicker with 80-degree weather. What do you think?
Yeah.
We need some more smoke from the barbecue to lay over the field to give it a little bit more edge to it. What do you think? Ambiance, right. Nice crowd tonight, too.
It is.
And the stadium's looking really nice with the new landscape in the corner. New field, new track. Same old vibe, though.
43-yard field goal attempt. Never got airborne.
Now, and a good edge rush by number 2 for Unionville. It came in there pretty quickly, but good try. 21-3. 21-3 Garnet Valley at half. Good first half.
Good first half. Garnet Valley executed, as you were saying, Jared. They just executed throughout.
They really didn't do anything fancy, and they ran the ball. Same plays from last year, but they executed them, and they just took over.
Smile. You're on candid camera.
I didn't know that.
It's not so candid a camera. The Garnet Valley band comes out onto the field. My interview prior to game time was with Emily Holt of Team Toyota. Team Toyota is really a terrific local community sponsor. They did a great job of being one of the top sponsors of the Bash,
And the only reason why you did
and they are
1 minute left.
also the sponsor of the first game of the year. They've donated an automobile to be raffled, I think, at the homecoming, and they're just very community conscious. And this is my interview with Emily Holt, class of 2007, prior to the game. This is Don Mink, Voice of the Valley, and I am visiting with Emily Holt. She's representing Team Toyota, the sponsor of tonight's Garnet Valley Unionville football game. And Emily, Garnet Valley is very pleased and thankful of all the work that and contributions that Team Toyota has done on our behalf.
Yeah, we're happy to be here. We love to support the community. We are a presenting sponsor for the GV Alumni Bash. We also donate a car that's raffled off at post-prom, and we're excited to be here tonight in support of the Garnet Valley football team as well.
And you were saying a number of Garnet Valley grads are working for Team Toyota, and a number of Garnet Valley former teachers are working for Team Toyota.
Yes, we have several teachers and several graduates, including our owner, Lisa Diskin. She graduated in the class of '84. I myself graduated in the class of 2007, and we've got several other alumni and ex-teachers as well.
And they represent the Garnet Valley area very well. They should be proud of what they do on behalf of Garnet Valley and the entire community, and we are very thankful.
We're happy to be here and happy to support our alma mater, Garnet Valley.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, this is Don Mink, Voice of the Valley, and I am visiting with Emily Holt. She's representing Team Toyota, the sponsor of tonight's Garnet Valley Unionville football game. And Emily, Garnet Valley is very pleased and thankful of all the work that and contributions that Team Toyota has done on our behalf.
Yeah, we're happy to be here. We love to support the community. We are a presenting sponsor for the GV Alumni Bash. We also donate a car at post-prom.
During the national clearance event at Team Toyota, everything's going fast. Oh, whoa! I'm not going anywhere. The 2018 models are going fast, so get here now. For great lease deals on the sporty and reliable Camry or the adventurous RAV4. And with over 2,000 vehicles available, we have something to fit your lifestyle and your budget. Visit us at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills, or online at teamtoyota.net, and you'll be singing Team Toyota, I'm part of the team. During the national clearance event at Team Toyota, everything's going fast. Oh, whoa! I'm not going anywhere. The 2018 models are going fast, so get here now.
Why don't you prep them for what we're going to ask them? Yeah, what do you want to talk about?
Hey, while we enjoy the brand at halftime, I want to let everybody know our special guest, Brett Ciancio, although he's wearing the wrong shirt in the booth here, has some very broad-based sports knowledge, and when he was in college, developed his own website with a buddy of his that's and has appeared on ESPN a few times and is looked at as a kind of an expert in college football. So, Brett, why don't you talk about the website and maybe give us a little insight on the Big Ten this year? And
yeah, sure. Thanks, Pat. So in 2012, I launched Pick6previews.com. It's a college football preview site and Twitter account. We preview the 5 power conferences and give detailed, roster rundowns. We watch all the game tape, spring games, and predict how each conference is going to shake out. And since launching, we're rated the most accurate in America. That's everything above all the newspapers, all the magazines, Phil Steele, all those guys. We've been rated higher. So that's been a passion of mine. The best time of year is here upon us again. And then 2 seasons ago, we launched the Official Visit, which is a high school combine series around southeastern PA and South Jersey, where we go high school to high school with NFL caliber lasers, timing everyone, and sending it out to colleges for recruiting. So got some college football going, some high school going. It's definitely my favorite time of year.
You got a lot going on. So tell us, how's most of Jaguar Nation is Penn State fans. So let us. How you think Penn State's going to look in the Big Ten and nationally?
The answer is kind of twofold. I think Penn State will be fine. I think they're going to be a top 15 team again. The issue with Penn State is that they're in the Big Ten East this year, which is, I think, arguably the best division in America. You have 4 teams in the top 15 there with Ohio State, a playoff contender, Michigan, Michigan State, and Penn State. Our site actually rated Penn State 4th in the division. But it's a shame because I think they could win the West if they were over in the Wisconsin side.
Right.
It's very unbalanced. So tough schedule. I'd like to see they're playing Pitt. They brought that in-state rivalry back. I think a 9-win season is what we're looking at, and a possible Heisman run with Trace McSorley.
How's your dad's team going to do, Ohio State?
Ohio State, they reload every year. They're like Alabama in that sense, where if Alabama's 1 in recruiting, Ohio State's 1A. So they're right there. They'll reload. They have Dwayne Haskins at quarterback now. Takes over for J.T. Barrett. So for what they lose in efficiency at quarterback, I think they have a higher ceiling of explosiveness. I think they're going to put up a lot of points, and they'll be fine.
Urban Meyer, just right or not enough? NCAA going to come in and
grab
him for a couple more games?
I don't know. I don't think that's an NCAA thing. I think it's an Ohio State thing, and I don't know how you go about that. It's a new issue. I don't really have a precedent for it yet, so hopefully they get things fixed over there.
And then SEC, anybody got a shot at taking off Alabama?
One wild card team to look at in the SEC is Mississippi State, a team that you often overlook in the SEC West, but they bring in Joe Moorhead, who was Penn State's offensive coordinator, who brought them from middle-tier offense to obviously an explosive offense the last 2 years. He takes over the helm. They also have Nick Fitzgerald back at quarterback and a slew of defenders back. So look for them as a sleeper, but most likely Alabama again, sadly. I think we're all tired of Alabama.
I know I am.
Yeah. It's the Alabama fatigue.
Back here. And most importantly, Division III, NESCAC. Who's anybody got enough to take on Trinity?
Yeah, we got a lock up in the NESCAC. It's Wesleyan. They're going to take it. Write that down. Take that to Vegas.
There's a new record taking place in the NESCAC as it relates to Garnet Valley this year. For 30 years, there's only been 2 players at any one time in the NESCAC. This year, there's 3.
There you go.
There's 2 at Wesleyan and 1 at Amherst this year. Rob Monticello, who should have a good year at Amherst. He played a lot last year.
District 1 ball moving up north. I like it.
Yeah, and now 2 linemen from Garnet Valley up there. Jake Early from last year, a good all-Delco lineman, and Alex Yao up there starting his sophomore year. Of course, my nephew Brendan is going to be the tight end this year. So looking forward to getting up for some of those games.
Absolutely. And then in terms of
this team,
District 1, 6A.
Garnet Valley kind of in the driver's seat in this game. Unionville, a 5A team in that Chesmont West.
Chesmont American,
Chesmont
we have
American.
it's Unionville, Ruston, and Great Valley kind of compete every year for that division title. Unionville's won the last 3. But within 6A, I think you have Garnet Valley again on top. You have Coatesville back, reloaded. Actually, a huge game in 6A right now going right now is North Penn to Chamonix.
Yeah.
And you have, they're both top 5 teams in 6A.
Yep.
We'll see how that one turns out. But those are probably your top 4 in 6A. In 5A, Penwood moves down actually this year from 6A, so they're going to be a threat in the 5A bracket, along with hopefully Unionville. We'll see how the young team grows as the season goes on. Looks like kind of a reload year. And then Academy Park's always strong, Ruston, and Springfield Delco. So
I think
it's a good mix.
A big game to keep an eye on. I don't know if it's tonight or tomorrow, but Imhotep out of 4A is playing St. Joe's Prep in the opener. So it's
tough with the private schools getting their classifications. Imhotep 4A, they could beat most 6As.
They got a bunch
they're loaded.
Bunch
it's a D1 team.
Division I talent on that team.
There was some movements within Congress and PA Congress to separate private from public.
Yeah, saw some of that.
I don't know what came of that. I think it's still in deliberations, but
they're talking about it. I think what the biggest change has been something to do with the participation rule, that there's a mandatory sit out.
Transfer
if
rule.
You've played so many games for another team and you come in for the playoffs, you're not going to be able to play. But
yeah, I think we saw it last year with a Jersey kid hopping over the border to play for Conwell Egan, and it was like mid-November. It got ridiculous. So I'm glad they're fixing that problem.
When you got Jersey kids making the all Pennsylvania team,
yeah.
you don't.
St. Joe's
You got
Prep's
some
almost a
problems.
Jersey team themselves. I mean,
But
yeah.
well, Brett, hey, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Pat. Yeah. Best time of year's upon us.
Be careful driving, and I'll be seeing you a little later.
We'll see you down at 48th Street.
48th
Thanks, Pat.
Street, good to see you. All right, thanks, Brett. Got a lot of good scoop done on the.
Thanks, Brett. I wish you knew something about high school football to impart. See you.
So the Jaguars holding that 21-3 lead. About 9 more minutes back till they come back, and we'll let you enjoy a little more of the Garnet Valley Band and the Unionville Band as we get ready to pick up the second half.
Is it me or do the lights look?
for great lease deals on the sporty and reliable Camry or the adventurous RAV4. And with over 2,000 vehicles available, we have something to fit your lifestyle and your budget. Visit us at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills, or online at teamtoyota.net, and you'll be singing Team Toyota, I'm part of the team. During the national clearance event at Team Toyota, everything's going fast. Oh, whoa, I'm not going anywhere. The 2018 models are going fast, so get here now. For great lease deals on the sporty and reliable Camry or the adventurous RAV4. And with over 2,000 vehicles available, we have something to fit your lifestyle and your budget. Visit us at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills, or online at teamtoyota.net, and you'll be singing Team Toyota, I'm part of the team. During the
To recap, the teams are back out on the field, or near time to kickoff. Pat, we've seen a very well executed first game of the season.
Yeah, I mean, for the way this season is compacted these days, and they come in and they do the heat acclimation week, and they do the week of 2-a-days at camp and 1 scrimmage, and then you're right on top of the season. These guys come out and played 24 minutes of pretty much mistake-free football. No bad discipline play, which we don't expect from Garnet Valley. There's a lot of discipline on that team. but they didn't make any stupid penalties. They didn't make any penalties really. Just the one on the onside kick, but pretty much a clean game on both sides. And Jags looking pretty good, looking pretty traditional and pretty solid.
Yes,
out there.
and and Unionville's always a well-coached team, so it's not like we're beating a bad team. It's
no, they'll be right in there. I was talking to Brett at halftime, and it looks like them, Avon Grove, and the other team out in Westchester, or one of those schools out there. Coatesville.
Coatesville's 6A, right?
Yeah, well, they're also in that other side of Chesmont. So Unionville be a major contender for that Chesmont title this year. They're another team that gets better every week of the season that goes on. So they were a lot better at the end of the year than they were the beginning of the year last year, and that's what you hope. The Jags, very refreshing to see them start out like this because they don't really have a break. They're running right through everybody. That wasn't an eclipse of the sun or the moon or anything. You might have just seen a giant orange orb in your view, but that was Kevin O'Donoghue that's just needed to get on camera for a second. But the Jags have a bit of a gauntlet coming up, right? They get Ridley,
Marple,
Haverford, and Marple.
Yeah.
First 4 games of the season, and looks like we're getting ready to go. So get back at it.
Bryce Stansfield the kick. Connor Schilling is deep, along with Fariello, and we're underway. Taking it to 20. Oh, big seam. Out over the 35.
Always some coachable moments, and I'm guessing, like we said, a very clean run game, but probably some extra film time for special teams.
Ball's
there
at
on the coverage team.
38-yard line. We'll try to set the Garnet Valley defense for you. It's Aldrati on this end. Evan Hrivnak inside him.
Alex Westberg.
Okay, Brennan.
Nice job.
Cut the play back in. He's the defensive end on the outside, the left side. And he forced that play inside.
He did, which is exactly what you want him to do as a defensive end. He set the edge. The play was going up inside of him, but you got to pay special attention to make sure he's blocked, which means the guy coming in behind him really wasn't. Ends up in a half-yard loss for Unionville.
Max Bruette and Jake Morin are the inside linebackers. Charlton back to throw. Looking to this side. Dropped. Out over the 45-yard line. Pass intended for number 5. Jeff Lang, incomplete.
60 ball right there for him. He just kind of coming back for it, falling down. Couldn't keep the handle on it.
So it's 3rd and 11.
Inside backers, Matt Gable, 5'10", 190. And number 24 is Max Bruette, 5'10", 190.
Fake the inside handoff. Cade Brennan. Nice tackle, nice catch, and a nice tackle.
Yep.
Nick Gabus made the tackle. I didn't get the number of the receiver.
He didn't get the number of the train that hit him. And, that was Cade Brennan coming hard that time, but did not set the edge there. The quarterback was able to roll outside of the defensive pass rush, give him some time, and nice throw, nice catch there.
Rolling this way is Charlton. Oh, he tries to go backward. And that just didn't work. Oh, it's not Charlton. That was 7-yard loss.
Max Bruette in there again from
That was
the
Nick
inside
Schnars
linebacker.
in the deep set in the shotgun.
Defensive tackle Westberg comes out of the game. And Jags only have 10 out there right now, it looks like. Oh, there they are. Never mind. Whoops. That's number 75, Brennan, jumping there.
So 2nd and 11, right at midfield for Unionville. We're just underway in the second half. Charlton in the shotgun. Back to throw, inside screen.
Oh,
good moves. Good moves by Schilling. Fariello on the reception.
Is well set up. Crossing middle screen there. A lot of missed tackles by Jags. A few guys had a shot at him, but tough run.
Alex Westberg in. Schnars in the shotgun. Keeps it and does not get back to the line of scrimmage. Aldrati on the tackle.
Yeah, Brennan and Aldrati from the defensive end positions have been in the backfield all night. And that time Brennan got a hand on the runner and slowed him up, and Aldrati was there to clean it up.
4th and a yard. So twice in this series we've seen Schnars go in the shotgun and they flanked Charlton. And that's the case again here. Schnars is the deep set. Ball's snapped high, and he does not get the first down. In fact, there's a fumble. And Garnet Valley is waving as if they recovered the fumble.
It was 4th down.
It was 4th down anyway, yep.
Well, good defensive stand there for the Jags. Unionville tried to get something going.
Dan Bradley recovers the fumble. Garnet Valley takes over at its own 40. So there have been 2 fumbles in this game, each by Unionville. Straight ahead. Labriciosa. Picks up 3. A long 3. Aldrati in. We'll have 2 tight ends.
Very tight formation. Look at this.
Rory Glacken in the tight slot formation. Keeper. Cole Powis picks up the first down to the 45-yard line of Unionville. Powis had the decision. He could have flipped it outside, kept it himself, and picked up 10. Ball's at Unionville's 45-yard line. 7:15 left to go in the third quarter. Garnet Valley leads 21-3. Back to pass. Down the middle. Aldrati is open. Runs through tackles. Oh, he wanted that. He wanted that end zone.
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
He caught it at about the 25 and had three guys drape around him, or 3 different occasions, but he just kept rolling to about the 1.
Aldrade, 6'1", 185.
Came off the tight end formation, and down the middle, he was wide open.
Just coming off a busy defensive set there and making a big play on offense, too.
First and goal at the 1. Colin Robinson's the setback. He gets the ball, and he's into the end zone.
That touchdown also brought to you by Joseph Anthony Retreat, Spa and Salon, Glen Mills and Springfield locations.
Jake Moore in the snap. Reese Malik the hold, and Bryce Stansfield to kick. Good snap. Ball's down. Kicks up. And it's 28-3. Garnet Valley leads Unionville. And a renewal of a long history that has not happened the last 2 years and is being restarted this year.
Yeah, it was good to get Unionville back on the schedule after the 2 years with Ruston. Ruston a little closer geographically than Unionville, but a lot of tradition there, and Coach Ricky certainly is a big fan of tradition and everything that he does. He knows the alumni that come back to see games and those that are tuning in and watching us are much rather see a Garnet Valley Unionville game than anything else for the first week of the season.
Bryce Stansfield the kick.
So now you get the barbecue smoke.
Connor Schilling and Joe Fariello are deep. Ball's lined over Fariello's head into the end zone. Touchback. Good kick, Bryce Stansfield.
Yeah, real nice kick. No wind either, just a nice rocket. As we see the barbecue smoke waft gently over the field at Frank Stadium.
It has an ominous look.
It does. It looks like a fog rolling in, but it's just...
Charlton in the shotgun. Hand it off underneath. Fariello gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, these guys in the middle are doing a nice job for Garnet Valley as well. That's Westberg. And number 68 is Rivnak. And those two twins at linebacker, they're both the same size, but one of them's been in the play each time.
Back to throw. Under trouble. And down he goes. Charlton.
Westberg.
Loss of 7.
Rivnak and Westberg both in there. Rivnak gets that sack.
Loss of 7, so it's 3rd and 17 at their own 13-yard line for Unionville. Charlton back to throw. Inside screen again, tried to be set up, but it was incomplete. Unionville will be punting from right at the goal line.
That's tough. They're throwing that at Cade Brennan's side, who's 6'4", and he's getting all kinds of pressure. And then the hand goes up, and he's, 7'4" plus. So they should run that to the other side if they're going to run it at all.
The punter is Declan Boyle. The ball will just roll dead inside midfield. Garnet Valley will take over at their own 47-yard line. Leading Unionville 28-3 with 4:43 left to play in the third quarter.
Take the opportunity again to thank our game sponsor, Team Toyota from Glen Mills. Lisa Diskin, Emily Holt out with us earlier today. Had a nice Toyota Highlander parked at the main entrance. Everybody got to see coming in.
Lisa Diskin, class of '84.
Yep.
Emily Holt was the interviewee, class of '07. And they indicated how a great deal of former Garnet Valley teachers work there and Garnet Valley alums work there. Two young girls, one can't be about 4 years old, giving water to the officials. Oh, that's
Got a chaperone.
Rich Boyd's daughter. She was up in the booth earlier this evening.
They take aquatic distribution to another level.
They seem to be enjoying the job.
I know. They always say you got to love what you do. So.
Expect Garnet Valley to run the clock now. They don't need to throw, but obviously now we know they can throw.
Yeah.
They can throw pretty good. Pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, Cole Palace, you mentioned earlier, he's going to Penn to play baseball. He's an all-around athlete. Coach Ricky and the other coaches, Rich Boyd, everybody very high on him. They always have been, but he's, they say, runs this offense, really understands the offense as well as anybody that's played the position. They rumble up for another modest gain.
I'd like to give a shout out to the families of the coaching staff. The coaches are involved from early August until the season ends. And thanks to the wives and the children of the coaching staff, for giving up their husband, dad's time to devote to Garnet Valley football. Rory Glacken. It didn't work this time. Gack maybe picked up a yard.
Well, we're doing the
That was
shout
a
out.
counter play.
Throw a little olive branch out to some of our Garnet Valley alum who kind of lost their way and ended up out in Unionville. not just Kevin Ciancia, Doug LaPapa, but Mike Cresta was up here. One of his kids played last year and just popped up to say hello. Mike Smith, his son Zach, is on the squad number 9 for Unionville this year. So some Garnet Valley folks wander out there.
Stiff arm by
It's enough for the first
Palace,
down.
just enough for the first down. Good fake off tackle to the running back, and then Palace kept it himself. And to pick up the extra yard, he threw a stiff arm to fend off the defender. Keeps it himself to the other side. Picks up a yard or two. Eli Lyons makes the tackle. Clock runs at 2:20 of the third. Nice game, about 5 or 6 yards, right to the 35-yard line. Colin Robinson. There haven't been any breakaway runs, nothing long. I guess the Aldrati pass reception was the longest play. Garnet Valley's just grinding it out, play after play. Here we come, and we're going to execute. First down, Garnet Valley. Colin Robinson.
Yeah, you know when it's getting later in the game and the Jags are in that tight formation and you just see the scrum go down the field 5-7 yards, and they're just kind of wearing out the other team a little bit.
Line surge.
Yeah.
Boom! How did he get through there? Greg Reynolds, number 31. About a 15-yard gain.
5'8", that's how. Snuck right through.
First and goal at the, first and 10 at the 13. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Straight ahead, Robinson. 40 seconds. Unionville player is hurt.
Those linemen out there been plugging away all night long. Lance Schwartz, Jake Kaleli at center, George Weisendanger in there now. Kyle McCullough coming off of an injury, back in there. Number 72, the only returning starter on that line.
Jack
pitch.
Jack Markison, the son of our
our
trusted cameraman, Goody. Third down and 5 as clock expires. We'll walk to the other end of the field, and Garnet Valley will have the ball. 3rd and 5 at the 8-yard line.
And the water goes back out to the refs.
Let me turn it over to Ben Hoyt as we run from one end of the field to the other.
Thanks, Mr. Mank. I'm Ben Hoyt, one of the producers of the broadcast. As you may have noticed, we added some new features this year. We added a pregame show, commercials, and of course the clock. The clock software is new to us and it'll take a little bit of time to perfect, so thank you for being patient with us. If there's something you liked or disliked in the show, put it in the comment section below. We are always looking for to improve the show, so your comments really help. Thank you for viewing today's game, and we're looking forward to a great season of football. Back to you, Mr. Mink.
Thank you, Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
Good announcement. May I Yeah.
Guys have been doing a crack job. Ben and Alec.
Ben and Alec are 9th graders. They joined our staff.
On the scoreboard here at the stadium as well, so appreciate their time and effort.
Labriciosa. Oh, no, that's Greg Reynolds. Greg Reynolds. Shout out to the Concord Woods Fantasy Football League with Jim McLaughlin hosting.
Nice. Little Jaguar action for the draft party.
4th and 1. Garnet Valley will go for it at the 4-yard line. Reynolds and Labriciosa are in the backfield behind Palace. And into the end zone is Labriciosa. Running hard, bounced off a pile, not necessarily a tackle, bounced off a pile, and got into the end zone for a 4-yard touchdown.
Straight handoff there, good blocking up front, just had to bounce it out one hole and went in pretty much untouched. That touchdown also brought to you by Joseph Anthony Retreat, Spa and Salon.
So 44 seconds and 2 plays into the 4th quarter. Garnet Valley will attempt an extra point for their 35th point of the game. Kick is good. Garnet Valley leads 35-3.
All right, we'll be right back with you. Let's another message from our game sponsor.
National clearance event at Team Toyota, everything's going fast. Oh, whoa, I'm not going anywhere. The 2018 models are going fast, so get here now. For great lease deals on the sporty and reliable Camry or the adventurous RAV4. And with over 2,000 vehicles available, we have something to fit your lifestyle and your budget. Visit us at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills, or online at teamtoyota.net, and you'll be singing Team Toyota, I'm part of the team. During the national...
Thanks, Ben. Once again, shout out to Steve Ramito down in Nashville tuning in. Nothing he'd rather do on a Friday night than watch Garnet Valley football. He must have, his kids must be playing tomorrow, or they already played this week.
Bryce Stansfield to kick. To the 5.
Another good kick. Oh, that's it.
63 and 88 on the tackle.
That was better.
Kevin Craig is 88. 63 was Cole D'Annunzio.
And the other guy helping out there, I'm going to just say it because I like his name already, JoJo Harrell, number 11, getting down there as well. 6'1", 160 senior. Much better coverage.
So the Indians will take over with 11:09 left to play in the game, down 35-3. There was a flanker out to the Unionville side of the field, and there were no defenders over there. None. And they didn't get the ball to him.
Thanks some of our old lifelong sponsors. naturally, our Team Toyota sponsor the game, but our folks up and down Baltimore Pike that broadcast the games for us and offer specials for the Jaguar fans of Concordville in. Alex Hyonis and his gang.
Big rush. Oh, quarterback is creamed just as he throws the ball.
All Jaguar fans that go to the Concordville after the game will be treated. If they're wearing garnet and white, they'll get a special gift.
Aldrati and Brennan squashed Charlton just as he was releasing the ball. Third and 11. He rolls this way. Charlton throws on the run. Incomplete. Intended for Schilling. Looked like Greg Reynolds got a hand on that. So at 4th and 11, Brandon DiCamillo goes back in single safety to receive this punt. Declan Boyle, number 76, is the punter.
1, 2, 3,
Greg Reynolds
4,
now comes
5,
out
6,
on the
7,
field.
8, 9, 10. They just got 11 out on the field. Jag's not ready for this.
Nice move. Gets to the wall. He does get to the wall. DiCamillo is knocked out of bounds. About a 20-yard return.
Jags had a nice wall set up over here, and these guys peeling back. There's some very tempting blocks you can make. Last year they paid the price a little bit because referees see that as unprotected players when they're coming in a little blindsided. They did a very nice job of kind of holding up, still making a good block and springing the runner, but not unloading like they could. Very, very good coaching there.
Some backup fellas are in. At quarterback, that's Ryan Gallagher, who made
hero of the North Penn game.
Absolutely, scored the 2-point conversion that won the game.
The miracle at the Mo. The 2-point conversion heard round the world.
One of the most exciting games I've seen in Garnet Valley be involved with.
Yeah. Got an injured player on the field for Unionville. Hopefully just a cramp. See if we can set some of these guys that are coming in. Number 55, Devin Paget. In number 51, Nick Van Horn.
They have the team lined up, and they're calling names and numbers out of people to go on the field for Garnet Valley.
Gallagher's out there, of course. Number 9, Alec McKinnon.
Did you say JoJo Harrell, number 11?
He's number 11. Is he out there?
Yep. Nick Wasendinger, number 87, is at one end. And Kevin Craig Jr. at the other end.
Number 53, Brendan Henry. In at one of the line, at the left tackle.
Number 18, Brendan Boyce in the backfield. Gallagher keeps it. Gets inside the 40. To the 39-yard line. It will be 3rd and 4. moving the line of scrimmage and getting a first down is Sam Morin.
Number 21, Shane O'Donohue checking in now at tight end. Split wide.
Good pitch. Cutting it upfield is
breaks the tackle.
Sam Morin, picks up about 5. Stays in bounds. 8:30 left to play. Oh, and number 64 for Unionville must be having a spasm. You know, spasm in his leg. He tried to get up and his leg just collapsed.
Official timeout, so he can stretch out a little bit. 64, Adam Cherubini, 6'6", 275. That's a lot of leg to cramp.
So the Garnet Valley second unit is in and moving the ball pretty well.
There we go.
I think it was Sam Morin again. Yes, it was 17, Sam Morin. With little or no likelihood of a pass.
No.
Unionville has 11 players within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage.
And so they should. Yeah, I don't think Coach Recky might leave the lights on and run these guys if they throw a ball right now.
Quick handoff inside, getting the first down.
Nice job in there on the offensive line. Nick Van Horn blocking this guy 12 yards deep there.
That was number 18, Brendan Boyce. So we saw the poise of Ryan Gallagher last year in the playoffs.
Yeah. Make you grow up in a hurry. 5'11", 160. I don't know. Was he 5'11" last year? He might have grown a little. Needs to put on a couple more pounds.
Mix up in the backfield. And a mix up on the exchange between the center and the quarterback.
Yeah. Number 70 in there, too, Joe Marone.
.650 to play. Garnet Valley leads 35-3. Pitch.
Ooh, good block. Oh.
Brendan Boyce is brought down for a loss. Third down and 11. Here comes the counter, and the counter does not work. Alec McKinnon. So it's 4th and 11 at the 24-yard line of Unionville. 5:35 left to play in the game. Garnet Valley leads 35-3. Second man through is Brennan. He picks up a few, but a ball will go over on downs to Unionville. They'll take over at their own 20.
Jags coming with a second team D as well. Hunter Barr out there at defensive back. 17, Sam Marin in there at safety. Or no, he's...
Jake Marin's still in.
They might have, oh, there's two of those, so it's Jack Preedy in there.
48, Michael Shea. Matt Kane comes in at linebacker. .22, Nick D'Antonio on the tackle. Pickup of about 7.
Joe Marone checking in at defensive tackle.
Shane O'Donohue is the safety.
Yep. That's a first down.
86, Blaze McDaniel. Shout out to Einar Markuson, watching from Chicago, Illinois. That's what you do in Chicago, Illinois, I guess. Tune into Garnet Valley football games.
Nothing else to do in that city.
Welcome, Einar. Pickup of 10, first down to the 40.
Casey's listening. I'll say hello to our Major General Tom Widley in Okinawa, Japan. He's been following the Jags last year and will be doing so this year again. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning there.
I was going to say, it's tomorrow over there, right? Sam Marin or Jack Preedy made the tackle along with Nick Long. Clock runs at 3:35. Handoff inside, good tackle. Sean Williams. .255 left to play. Garnet Valley was very confused on defense. Bad snap and the ball was loose. And Garnet Valley recovered.
Oh.
Garnet Valley had 3 men on the line of scrimmage and they had about 7 running around in the defensive backfield. And the ball got loose.
Misdirection play on defense. Look confused, and then they'll make a mistake. So the Jags, 2:38 to go in the game. And really just put the finishing touches on very solid first effort of the year. Jags were the preseason #1 in the Delaware County Daily Times Super 7.
Gallagher didn't like what he saw, called timeout.
Uh-oh. Now we got more water.
More water people than
water
players.
people than players. They're sending them off. That's Coach Ricky's daughter down there trying to be in charge of all those kids.
The den mother. Straight ahead. Breaking loose. I think that's Sam Morin, number 17. Sam Morin goes 45 yards for a Garnet Valley touchdown. That was backup unit versus backup unit. Garnet Valley won the better of it.
Sam Morin used to running up and down this field, but with a lacrosse stick in his hand.
Yes.
Penn State commit for lacrosse. He's just a junior, right?
No.
Sophomore?
Jake's the junior.
Oh, he's
Sam's a sophomore.
Yeah.
Bryce Stansfield to kick. Kick is up, and it's good. Garnet Valley leads 42-3. I didn't see this coming, Pat.
No, me neither. And I mean, you could see that Unionville was a little in the preseason interview, and that we're talking about how they were going to rely on their defense early in the season and hope the offense caught up. They lost a couple players, their quarterback and that outstanding all-purpose guy, athlete Zubala, from last year. So they definitely had some holes to fill, but and hey, let's give the Jags a lot of credit too for
they
coming out in this.
Garnet Valley had few returning lettermen. They lost the Delco Times Player of the Year in Danny Guy to graduation.
And 4 out of their 5 interior linemen.
Offensive linemen, yep. Garnet Valley's coaching staff is piecing together this kickoff team. Bryce Stansfield will kick. Reese Malik, Desmond Perry, Matt Daughtert, Alex Olson, Nick Long or Sean Williams are both number 22. Brendan Henry, ball's kicked deep. And there's nobody in the middle. Connor Schilling goes back to retrieve it and gets upfield. A good run. Out to the 27-yard line. Joe Marone is in. Sam Toohey. And off tackle Nice run. Bounced off tackle. Oh, and he gets out into the open. Finally brought down at midfield. Weston Grimm on that carry. Ball to midfield. 155 and counting. Garnet Valley leads 42-3. The thing that I keep dwelling on here is there have been no long runs, no punts taken back or kickoffs taken back for touchdowns, and yet Garnet Valley has put 42 points on the board.
Yeah.
A methodical,
a lot of very
offensive game.
Solid drives, no real missed opportunities.
To the 45, pickup of about 3. It will be 3rd and 5. Under a minute to play. Two wide receivers come this way. Handoff underneath. Picks up maybe a yard, and the clock just may run out.
Yeah, that may run. Yeah, they're not in any hurry. They're just going to.
Brendan Henry's in. Colton Theory's out.
Oh, they're just going to line up and let the clock run out.
JV game tomorrow at Unionville at 10 a.m. Garnet Valley wins this one with a very well-played, methodical 42-3 win. I would say the standout stars are the offensive and defensive lines.
Well, sure, yeah, that's the key to most of your games is winning on the line of scrimmage. Garnet Valley certainly did that tonight. Solid performances from Cole Palace, the backfield, running hard. Colin Robinson, nice to see Rory Glacken in the mix. I think all 3 of those starting running backs scored tonight, and so good, say, semi-balanced attack. Spread out the running duties across the field and showed that they might be a little dangerous in the air at times if they need to be. So really solid start, a lot of mistake-free games. Give the coaches a lot of credit for having them ready to do that, and we're good to go for the start of another year, and we'll off and running in our 11th year.
Let's get our whole staff in here in this picture.
For the goodbye picture. And
to my left is Cade Markison. Behind him is Ben Hoyt, Don Mink, Alec Eskin, and Pat Patterson.
And behind the camera is Goody Marcuson. And we are, there he is.
He couldn't stay behind the camera.
One big happy family up here. We couldn't do it without them. We can't do it without you guys. So looking forward to another successful Jaguar season. First one down, and Ridley's next. So
we'll see
right here, same place.
Next week versus
same channel.
Ridley.
All right. Take
Thank
care,
you, folks.
everybody.
Good night.